Hiya, I'm Nee and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to be building with the new expansion pack, Businesses and Hobbies. This is my first official build and I'm so excited. I had to incorporate two of my favorite things in life, which is books and coffee. So today we're going to be building books and lattes. I know, a little bit cringe maybe, but I thought it was just fitting. I had to give it a quirky name and I really like this. So yeah, we are going to be building two businesses in one and also an apartment upstairs for our business owners. So yeah, this is very exciting. I knew I wanted to build a bookshop as soon as this dropped. Also, we have so many bookshelves with this pack, I just had to. It was mandatory, I had to. So yeah, I start out by mapping the buildings. I know we have 3 buildings on the lot right now, but I'm going to get rid of that third one because I don't know, I wasn't sure if I was going to use it to like house the home of the owner, but it just wasn't vibing with me, so I get rid of that and we have 2 buildings and I feel like it just flows much better. I also wanted to make sure that this is functional and playable, so not just functional but playable. That's very important for me because sometimes when you cram too much in a lot in The Sims 4, it just does not work. Not because it is not functional, but it's just not playable for most people and most PCs. So I wanted this to not feel too cluttered, too like, not even just cluttered, but like too cramped. And I didn't want to overcrowd this with everything and the kitchen sink. So yeah, let me talk a bit about the build. We have our 2 buildings. One of them is green with like some stone underneath and the other one's more of like a muted pink, almost like a mauve color. And the green side is going to be where we have the bookshop, and upstairs we're going to have the apartment for our Sims, and the movie side is going to be the coffee shop. And I'm just so excited about this expansion. It just feels like so in tune with what the players want right now and with what I want right now as well, because I'm a player. More of a builder than a player, but still, I love the direction that The Sims have taken this. Businesses and hobbies, it's mostly just businesses, but I'm not mad about the businesses. And I love how open-ended it is. You can create all sorts of different businesses and it's not just locked for like the tattooing or the pottery or whatever not. You can just create more open-ended versions of a business, and I feel like that was very important as well for me, and I think for most of the players. I'm just going to town. This is actually a build only using businesses and hobbies and the base game. I wanted my first build to be very focused on this new pack and clearly showcase it. I went ahead and pulled a bunch of stuff from debug as I usually do. And I'm just going ahead and placing a couple of tree guards, and I'm gonna just make it look a little bit nicer in just a minute. Also some lampposts to match the rest of the environment. And yeah, I get rid of that third building. I just wasn't vibing with it. It just wasn't working out for me. And I knew I had to create a new entrance for like the residential area of this lot. So I wanted to have it just like almost like a back alley, if that makes sense. And yeah, that is what I do here on the back. I love the windows and the doors, and I absolutely think they nail build and buy with this one. I feel like it really tells a story that it was supposed to be telling, and I just really like the items like a whole lot, and I go to town with them. What can I say? I'm really excited for you guys to see what I do with this one as well. I just really wanted to create kind of a modern, not too cluttered space, so the bookshop is not as like intense as it could have been. I feel like I tried keeping it a little bit more on the minimal side, also because we also have a coffee shop, so I wanted this to feel more like a hangout curated space. Like the bookshop owner clearly curates her collection. This doesn't have everything that you could have read ever. This is not going to have everything for everyone, but a little bit for everyone. And that's what I wanted to focus on with this one. I just didn't want it to be unnecessarily massive. Also for, again, gaming purposes. I know we love realism. I love realism, believe me. But I also understand that this is a game, and I also want it to be nice for gameplay purposes and just for the game overall. I feel like sometimes when things are overly done, they can tend to be just a little bit off-putting in The Sims. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it, honestly. Let me stop giving my opinion on my own build. But yeah, we're going ahead and just trying to do a little bit of landscaping. I don't go heavy on the landscape because I imagine this is a very city center kind of place, so I don't imagine we would have a lot of like flower beds and whatnot. But as you guys can see, these two buildings are connected here in the middle. And again, the mauve side will be the coffee shop and the green stone side will be our bookshop. I also knew it was very important to have kind of a separate space for kids within this bookshop. I'm spoiling it a little because I'm not building that just yet, but still, I feel like there's not enough like representation for the children. And what I love when I go to bookshops as well is to go to the children's area and see it, and it just brings me so much joy because it's so bright and light and lively, and it just has an array of beautiful children's book, and I wanted to kind of include that here. So I do a little Todd's and kids space upstairs in the second level, and you guys will see that when that comes because I'm getting ahead of myself now. But yeah, we're gonna start furnishing everything in just 1 second. We're still trying to finish the outside. I'm placing the signs just about everywhere. I really like the signs that we got with this expansion. I think they work really well. I like the neon of them. I like that they're illuminated. So we didn't really have anything like this before. And I think it just works really well. And I know that you can also place decals from other expansion packs and other packs in general into those little light up boxes. So that makes me very happy. I love when things are functional with other things that we already have in game. So I'm doing a bit of flooring and wallpaper at the moment, trying to work on that. I knew I wanted still to have a little bit of stone because we have that on the outside, so I wanted to bring that in a little, but I also wanted to add a lot of wood because we had a lot of paneling with this specific expansion pack, so I knew I wanted to do quite a bit with the paneling, more on like a softer side, so softer colors, and I'm going mostly for the like really light paneling and a little bit of like more yellowy almost paneling in some of the bookshop's corners. But yeah, that's what I go ahead and do, placing the sign inside as well because I just love that sign. And the kiosk, because of course we have to have a kiosk in these small businesses in order for them to work. Overall, I also place, of course, the coffee bar. I had to say this coffee bar, I don't know, it gives me boba, it doesn't give me coffee. But I am happy we have a coffee bar that can be tended without the espresso machine and all of those stuff, because that wouldn't be functional considering we only have the espresso machine for get together. So yeah, I understand, but I just wish it was a little bit more coffee centric. I don't know if that makes sense for you, but yeah, placing the tables and the chairs as well. Here I darken everything just a smidge, just because I felt like it was looking a little bit whitewashed, especially with the flooring. I love this little neon sign. It's so cute, and it was yellow. I use a lot of yellow throughout this build. It is not my favorite color, but I just felt like some of the yellow swatches were lovely. Again, we're using the bookshelves, and I'm so excited about it because we have so many swatches, so they don't look all like samey. So I really like that. But yeah, we're not placing that many bookshelves downstairs because again, I wanted this to feel a bit more upscale, minimal, curated. So that is the vibe we're going for. We're using that little sign decal that looks like an LED kind of neon sign as well inside to just make it look, oh, I love this. I love that we have so many just fairy lights, and I could just do a little like border around the sign. I really enjoyed that. I really like that plant as well. It looks so beautiful and looks almost like Japanese, and like a mixture of like Japanese and Scandi, and it just looks really quite beautiful. I also wanted armchairs and just stools and places where your Sims could sit down, because this being a business, one of the things that I included was reading, like the activities that you do inside, reading, grabbing coffee, and what else was it? It was just like sitting around and reading and like going on the computer, I think, and maybe being friendly. I don't know. I can't remember very well, but something like that. I also love these tiny lights, again using a lot of yellow, but I feel like it just works out here well. I also wanted to use the stalls because obviously we got new stalls, so I had to use them. I still feel like the stalls take up so much space. Like, I had to have most of this upstairs be a bathroom just because of the size of the stalls, which is kind of crazy. I also wanted this little reading nook just here in the corner. I feel like that is so cute, and if I was to come here, I would 100% hide in there all the time. But yeah, this is the upstairs. We have a couple more bookshelves, quite a few more bookshelves actually, and we're also gonna have the little kids section that's gonna come up in just a second. I'm also gonna add, I think, 2 computers upstairs, so your Sims are not on it all the time, but they still can come to this place and be on the computer if they want. But yeah, this is gonna be the little kids section. I just added lots of the things that we have from base game. It's actually not too bad thinking about it. I honestly think we have so much in the base game for children and toddlers and even infants nowadays that we just didn't have before. So just a little corner, a little cute little corner where they can play and they can read. And I just felt like it was appropriate. I just wanted to include a little place for little kids. But we're continuing on and placing a couple more bookshelves. A bit of lighting as well. I really like these sconces. I feel like they work really well. And again, I wanted to include yellow. I really liked yellow. I feel like yellow is kind of a theme color for this bookshelf, coffee shop kind of place, books and lattes. So yeah, I wanted to make sure to include lots of yellow pops of color just about everywhere I could. And yeah, that is what I go ahead and do. I also place the computers over there so our Sims have a bit more to do. They're probably going to get addicted to it, but oh well. And I also place like a little ottoman in the middle. It's just because I feel like it could be a cool place to just sit down and read a bit more. Now in the coffee shop portion, I wanted to include a bit of clutter on the wall, so I go ahead and do a bit of cluttering on a couple of wall shelves just to make it feel a bit more, not even lived in, but a bit more realistic. If this is like a coffee shop kind of place, they surely need to have things stored somewhere, and maybe even on display just to make it feel a bit more lively, a bit nicer, but still trying to keep things minimal even in terms of colors used. So you will see a lot of whites and just grays, and just trying to keep things very minimal really, even in color scheme. And I feel like it just matched the place. It feels like a serene kind of place. But yeah, those are the downstairs of our businesses. I still come back down for a couple of more details in a bit, but that's mostly what they look like. I also wanted an outside area because I feel like this is such a beautiful world, such a beautiful city, Nordhaven, and maybe you'd come to this coffee shop and just hang out outside, bring your laptop, not you, your sim, bring their laptop with them and just let them hang out in here for a while. But yeah, I'm still working on the outside, just trying to give it a couple of last minute details that I felt just worked nicely, trying to incorporate the logo, what I imagine is the logo, like just about everywhere. But yeah, this is mostly the outside, and we're gonna start on the apartment now. I had to use this beautiful fireplace, you know I had to, and I just love this couch. I love the couch with like the blanket thrown. That one screams like apartment to me. The other one doesn't have the blanket, so it goes in the bookshop. But this one, I feel like it just was very, very chic, very Scandi, very, oh, I just love it. A bit Japandi as well, if I might say so myself. I also wanted to include the yellows and a little bit of blue as well. I think the color scheme for the apartment is yellows and blues. I do a 1 bedroom and 1 office, so you can easily swap the office for like a children's bedroom if you needed to. But I feel like this is a working couple that obviously has a lot on the plate. They're currently managing kind of 2 businesses in one, so they've got plenty to take care of already. So I felt like they didn't need a child added to this, and I just wanted to build an office with everything that we got with the new expansion pack, of course. And yeah, I'm using the new kitchen that we got in the last update. It just looks beautiful. I'm using it in this nice blue color. It's like a really nice deep blue, and it's just, I just love it. I honestly, it's one of the best kitchens we have nowadays, and I just can't be mad at it. I think it's absolutely great. And yeah, I had a lot of fun just working on this apartment, just imagining the Sims that could be living here and running the business downstairs. I just feel like this is such a good expansion pack. It's such a good pack overall for The Sims. We've had this franchise for 25 years now, and we've had this game for like 14. So we definitely needed things that shook things up a little, and this is just right up my alley. This is the right expansion pack for this current moment. It just really lets you build and play in other ways that we just weren't really able to without just pure imagination. You still have to use a lot of imagination to play this game, don't get me wrong. But it's cool that we have more things that let us just tell the stories that we want to tell without having to just completely make it up. But yeah, I have to build a second bathroom, and I'm going to show this one because I love that tub. I feel like that tub is so nice. I don't know why we needed a red swatch of the tub. I don't think I'm ever going to be using a red tub, but I really like the tub, so I wanted to just build a little bathroom for you guys. And yeah, this is what it looks like. It's just very simple. Again, I feel like this is very much a chic kind of working couple that doesn't particularly have a lot of time to be spending in other things besides work. So even their space is very simple and curated and just looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. And the bedroom is a little bit more, I think, decorated than most of the rooms. And I feel like that is reminiscent of a couple that works a lot and therefore spends a lot of time at home, mostly in their bedrooms maybe, because, I mean, if you're working day and night, the last thing you want to do is get home and still be slaving away in the kitchen and doing all sorts. You want to come home and have a relaxing space for yourself, and sometimes that is the bedroom. And I just really like how this bedroom turned out. Once again, using those yellows and even some blue as well, and just I went to town with these items. I love that wardrobe still. I feel like it's probably the best wardrobe we have in The Sims at the moment. Just love it. I also absolutely love that bed. I just love everything that came out with this pack, honestly. I feel like it's a great design choice. Like, beautiful. I have to say, beautiful. And I also had a lot of fun playtesting this lot and giving my Sims their respective jobs. Like, it was so fun to go into the little tab where you can assign different tasks, and like you can even employ, like, because obviously one of the Sims within the couple needs to own the business officially. At least that's how it was in my game. So I gave the other Sim a job by hiring them as myself. So I'm like my own boss. It's great. So I hired the Sim, but yeah, that's what the upstairs looks like. Let me stop babbling for a second. I just love this apartment. I feel like it looks so beautiful and just so chic. I love it. And I thought I was done, but I come back and I do a bit more on the bookstore, as you guys will see in just a second. But yeah, I hired myself as the other Sim and gave them different jobs. I made them attend to the coffee machines while I do the book stuff. So it was just so much fun. I definitely recommend this pack, and I still want to play around with it like quite a bit. I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface, and I obviously want to be building so much with it. But yeah, we're getting to the end. I'm just going to do a little book display here, and that's going to be the last thing I do for this build. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this expansion and what you thought of this build, of course. And as usual, leave your likes and subscribe, because that really helps me out a lot. Also, stick around for the video tour as usual. I always do a video tour at the end of my builds. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and bye.